World's finest boxing podcast, KTFO intro, Mr. Carl Cleveland. Marcus Null, Ohio runs boxing. C-Ville's finest.
What's up, hard hitters? It's Chuck P. C-Ville's finest here, and hey, like I told y'all before in the intro, this is a new chapter, a new arc, and I got my two brothers with me. Some of y'all might already know them, but for the ones that don't, I got my right-hand man from the land, Mr. Carl Cleveland, in the building, and I got my other brother from another mother, Mr. Ohio himself, the almanac for Ohio fighters, the encyclopedia for Ohio fighters. This man knows everything about every Ohio fighter. Mr. Ohio himself, Marcavius Null, Marcus Null, Mr. Ohio runs boxing. What's up,
What's good, man? What's good, my brother? What's good? What's good?
Hey, man, listen. This is a new podcast, bro, and we coming with nothing but heat. This shit is not rated PG for TV. If you can't take the heat, get the fuck up out of this kitchen because we cooking today. I'm telling you, man. The first thing I really wanted to talk about, though, man, I want to get right on into it. I want to talk about Floyd Mayweather, man. I want to talk about the true face of boxing still to this day, in my opinion. Floyd Mayweather, you heard the news, suing Showtime for $340 million. Marcus Null, we had kind of spoke about this yesterday, but kind of elaborate a little more on what you had told me yesterday and your feelings about this situation.
I was the most important thing I wanted to separate myself from people who was talking about Floyd is broke. I think he rich broke, and there's a lot of things leading up to him coming back. I don't think you come out of retirement if you got enough money in the bank just to live off of. You come out of retirement because of your spending habits and you're low on funds, but not like we think you're low on funds. You know what I mean? And I think I told you he had almost 1.5 billion in his account. I'm talking about his money. You know what I mean? Money that he can see, he can access. And I believe he's personally down to, 150. And then I seen something where he just got some loans, for $54 million, and with his assets, you know what I mean? So, assets connected to it. And that was very telling. You're looking at his employees that's in his boxing gym saying he ain't getting, they're not getting paid. You see his strippers is talking about they behind, they're not getting paid on certain money. They're behind, that the business itself is behind. He's got too much going on. When you got that much money, it's too much things you have to cover, and you got to have a team you trust. He got too much, and that was one of the things for me with Floyd. I'm not one of those cats every 3-4 years he broke. I said, no, I didn't believe that. Now there's some concern when you're leaving exhibition to come back to pro. See what I'm saying? You can't, me and you just said this, we brought it up and said, hey, exhibition is pretty, why you have to leave exhibition? You ain't got to put your record on the line. You're going to make great money. Nah, right. You got to sell. Exhibition ain't going to sell like your record being on the line. And, it's a risk being taken. And he has to go back to that. And I don't think his I'm going to tell you this. I think I think Floyd coming back when he should have stayed retired, exhibition was cool. He's coming back. He's going to be like Michael Jordan, bro. It's going to be like Michael Jordan with the Wizards, where, he left that when he should have retired when he had that last jump shot with Utah. You know what I'm saying? And he looked, that was it. Floyd falling on his knees after beating Berto. That should have been it.
Yeah.
We cool, like we rock with Floyd. Everybody think we hating because we always talk. We don't care about his finances, but something is going up. Something is going on for you to stay. And we could say the same thing for Manny. Manny ain't getting a pass. You know what I'm saying?
Hell,
you gotta think Manny's weakness is he's too generous. Manny had it was a 24/7 episode where after he won his fight, the man was standing outside in the Philippines and the line was lined up all the way from the block. I don't know if you remember that, but he was.
I don't remember it, but hey, I damn sure believe it. That's for sure.
Bruh, it was a line. I'm gonna find that and I'm gonna give you the clip. It was they said this is a tradition he does all the time. Like he feeding the whole, almost seem like he's feeding the whole country. That's crazy.
They love his ass over there, man. He their hero.
Yeah, bro. So, but you gotta have a limit. You can't take care of everybody, bro. So they have their weaknesses. So that's just my take on that. When they start off of Floyd's financial problems and why he's boxing again.
You made a good point though about what Broner had said, man. Let the hard hitters know what you had told me yesterday as far as what Broner had said about Al Haymon.
Oh, Al Haymon. Broner took up for Al Haymon, and I felt the same way. I felt like Broner said that he would have never took Al to court because even though he felt like Al owed him some money, he said Al did a lot for him. Al did a lot for him, and I'm glad he said that because I know behind the scenes where Broner was blowing his money. Broner even had this on video, audio, where he confessed that there were times where Al had to give him money. You know, he was giving him like allowances, you know, because he was going through it so much that Broner had to spend it fast because he still was being sued. You know, he lost that court case with the Waffle House chick. I don't know if people forgot about that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he lost that case, and I was like 800. She made like 800K off that. Then you got to think about him taking loans from Al. So there will be times that he will make 5.5 million in a fight, but he owed Al already 2.5. So that's coming out. You see what I'm saying? People didn't understand that. So when people looking from the outside in, they looking at like Al trying to take his money. No, Al was working with him, and it got bad on his end because of his financial. He was blowing through money. Adrian Broner even said out his own mouth when he got his first check. He was on Vlad TV. He said, "Man, when he got his first $1 million check, he gathered 20 people, his family or his friends, and said, let's go to Miami. They go and spend it."
I used to wake up in the morning. This is how I used to wake up. This is how my morning used to go. I used to wake up in the morning. Let's say we in LA. I don't know what we there for. We just in LA. It's about 18 of us. I don't know why 18 people is with me. I don't know why we got all these rooms. All these rooms. I don't know why. This is, so we wake up. Boom. We're going to a day party. So we go to the day party. I don't know why we're going to spend $15,000 to $25,000. I don't know why, but that's what we're doing. Then after the day party, we go change outfits. That's another $10,000 to $15,000 with 18 people. And then we go to a night party and spend another $10,000 to $15,000. And then after that, we go to an after party after the after party, and it's just like, why am I doing this? I don't know, but it's fun.
You see what I'm saying? So I get it. A lot of these guys got to learn from it. But when it came to Al Haymon was helping Broner way more than people tried to make it like Al was taking from him. And I think that was my problem with Broner was as soon as his money started running low, he started talking about Al owe him. And it's like, nah, bruh, don't do that. Right. Al done did too much. And I think this is the same thing Floyd is doing. I brought this up to you when we was on the phone. I said, when we have people in the street that owe us money or somebody we know that's owe us $20, we up. We gonna think we ain't gonna be on. We're not gonna press them for no $20. You know, we know they owe us, but the moment our pockets get low, The moment
Yep.
we start looking and seeing that count say $90, we're gonna think about everybody who owe us money. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what Floyd Mayweather is doing. How you go back 10 years talking
Yep.
about you missing 340 million? No, my brother. What you trying to do is take the back end that Al Haymon made. That was Al's money. You signed on the dotted line of what you wanted, and he delivered. See, that's why he can't sue Al. He was over the books. Everything he put you in, he's a financial advisor. All he can do
Yep.
is say, Al. All I can do is say, look, Broner, or look, Floyd, I can get you this deal right here. 600 million, 6 fights, 100 million a fight. That's in your account. It ain't for you to find out how much I'm making behind putting you in that position. You ain't
Yep.
even supposed to make more than most of these guys that put you in the position when we think about it.
Facts.
That's my take on it, man.
Mr. Cleveland, man, what you got to say about this?
And you know it's bad when strippers ain't getting paid. I ain't know about that part, man. Damn.
All documented, bro. It's like it's crazy. I didn't understand that either.
But yeah,
You said,
man.
and we keep the strippers in business, right?
Exactly, man. You know Floyd down bad, but it's what he just said, man. It's what Ohio Runs Boxes said. He's rich man broke. He ain't like, I ain't got no way to pay my light bill. I'm about to get evicted from my house broke. Nah, there's a difference. And the fact he's been coming back to fight, that tells you all you need to know, man. Floyd made enough in his career where he should never have to fight. His kids should never have to fight. His grandkids should never have to fight. His great grandkids should never have to fight. His great great grandkids should never have to fight. So the fact that he's back in the ring and, like you guys said, not an exhibition, let's call it what it is. He's selling his old man because he's not as well off financially as he should be, where he feels like he needs to be. So he's grabbing at anything, man. The lawsuit. Case in point, man, he's throwing shit at walls and hoping something stick, trying to get a major league lick. And if I'm being honest, man, this fight is not gonna sell. He thinks it's going to say. I think this fight is going to financially. It's going to show Floyd that he's not what he once was, and he's not who he thinks he is. Man, people are
So,
not
so
going to pay.
you don't think it's gonna sell even with his record being on the line?
No, man, like not the way he thinks it's going to sell. It may sell 1 million, dude, but if he thinks he's going to go back to those first numbers that he got against Pacquiao the first time, nah, man.
Yeah,
Nah.
because you got to think about it, man. That was back even at a time when streaming illegally wasn't at its
Yeah.
peak as it is now.
Oh, now you're gonna get you a crystal clear HD 4K version. Nobody's gonna pay $100 for that, but they will stream the fuck out of that bitch. So I believe that he this is a ritual that he's not gonna get paid from, man. Not what he thinks he should or what he thinks he is gonna get paid. And after the fight, you'll be hearing the same type of stuff where he's suing them because he didn't get this money and that money. I really hope that I'm wrong, and I hope this brother uh just manages his spending habits, because that's all it is a sign to this dude is spending more than what he's making. I mean, and when he's actively fighting, you can get away with that. But dude, you ain't actively fighting in 10 years, man. So you gotta change some shit. And he's still obviously living like he's Money Mayweather, man. And it's really not a good look, man. Because like Mark said, man, he was supposed to go out like he did against Berto on his knees. That was supposed to be the final picture of Floyd, not coming back fighting Conor McGregor and these exhibitions, and then trying to fight Mike Tyson in the exit. Nah, man, come on, dude. I'm gonna be honest, it's sad. And Manny Pacquiao ain't getting no pass, like he said, man. It's just as bad for him, but it's, if you think about it, it's different ends of the spectrum. One dude known to spend money like it's crazy, and the other one is giving it away.
Yeah.
Not saying
Yeah.
that Floyd don't give stuff away, because I've seen him do that stuff too, but that ain't what they highlight with him. So
Right.
it's
Yeah,
it's
man,
bad.
it is sad. It is
It's
sad,
sad.
man.
Do
It's
you
sad.
think he got to keep? He's keeping up. One of Floyd's problem is he's trying to keep up with this persona, this image that I'm money with the bag. Do you think that's one of the problems he hasn't grown out of that?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That dude is a granddad. You need to be moving like granddad. See, look, you can, and I'm gonna be real, and I'm guilty of this stuff too, because you'll see me, I'm wearing anime shirts and stuff like that. But when it's time to actually get serious and get real serious, man, you can tell by the dress, you can tell by that stuff, man. When I'm comfortable and I'm just chilling, I'm liable for anything. But the dude be trying to look like a young boy, man. Like,
Yeah.
sorry,
Mhm.
man. You 50 years old wearing skinny jeans? Nah,
Yeah,
bro.
No,
Come on.
that's true. No, you got it. You definitely. That was my only concern, and us having this conversation. We all of us on this panel, we mature enough to understand, bro. We have seen, I'm 41. I done seen many celebrities go broke or, to the point dead broke or have financial troubles, especially with the tax man, because that's another thing Floyd is dealing with is these tax people too. It ain't just his spending habits, but he also having these tax people on his neck too. But we have seen it enough where we done seen the celebrities. I done seen 30 for 30 broke, Andre Rison, what's his name, Baby, or what's his name from the Celtics. We just seen a lot of these guys that are celebrities go broke because they didn't invest and they didn't, they wasn't mature with their spending habits, bro. There's no reason for me when I start seeing Floyd coming up years ago with 20 cars, almost all of them worth 800K, and for what? That's stupid to me.
The money I still got, the jewels I still got, the cars I still got, the mansions I still got. You either motivate it or you hate it. Either or, it doesn't matter. Walk with me, let's talk. I got 9 toys right here. I got the 488 Ferrari. I got the Maybach or the Maybach, whatever you want to call it. I got 7 Rolls Royces right here. I like to call it Lucky 7. So you either motivate it or you hate it. My lifestyle, money may.
To me, it's stupid. Then you got a suitcase of watches, almost all of them. One costs 18 million. The other one, I'm like, see, this is why I believe certain things in the media when they talk about you might have going through some financial. Why you got a watch in a suit? You got 18 watches in a suitcase. One watch just costs 18 by itself. One watch.
right. You don't need all that shit, man.
You don't.
Mm.
I mean, it's a lot of them, bro. Jamal Charlo got a great check with Canelo, right? We said he got that bag. Look how long he's been out since he got that bag.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that, man. That's a perfect segue for the next topic, man.
Yeah.
Perfect
How
segue.
long he been out?
Check this out, man. We haven't seen Jermell Charlo going on 3 fucking years in the ring, man.
Mm-hmm.
Jermell Charlo has been calling out everybody, literally,
Yeah.
Sebastian, Errol, who would have thunk? He's been calling out everybody, man. It's a goddamn shame that boy can't get a fight. Now, I understand the loyalty, man. That's one thing about those PBC motherfuckers, bro. The loyalty that they have for Al Haymon, man. The Arrows of the world, the Tanks of the world, the Male, the Charlos of the world. Those motherfuckers are loyal to Al. But if I'm Male, you see shit's looking a little shaky over there in the PBC, a little shaky. You got Louis DeCubas, he's running things now. It seemed like Al Haymon kind of took a step back. Shit ain't the same over in the PBC now, man. I think
Nope.
Mel need to start trying to holler at Turkey in order for him to get a big fight. Errol, the same thing, bro. You need to start hollering at Turkey. Now, I know he's scheduled to fight Tim Tszyu. But, bro, these guys, if they want to stay active, they got to get on the winning team, man. Not saying that Al Haymon, the PBC, hey, bro, The thing is, they're not keeping the fighters active, man. These fighters need to be active, especially at the stage and the point of Mills and EJ's career.
Mm-hmm. No, you're
What do
right.
you think about Jamel Charlo, man, not being able to get a fight in damn near 3 years, which I believe is diabolical in itself.
I'm gonna say this. I don't know where you got. He can't get a fight. He could have fought anytime he wanted to. It wasn't like Al had him tied up and saying you ain't gonna fight. You got to notice a pattern with a lot of these guys who get a lot of money. This is why Top Rank is one of the longest reigning boxing companies consistently, because they don't give them a lot of money up front so fast. They let them work their way up. And where we have a backslash with Top Rank is when they become superstars, and then Top Rank ain't really trying to pay them the money they feel like they deserve. That's why they leave Top Rank. But they have a model that you can use. Now, you have to start why not pay those guys? Floyd Mayweather, De La Hoya, Cotto. Why not pay those guys? They've earned it. The problem, the reverse thing on PBC is they giving them money when they was fighting Ron Saka. Danny Garcia fighting the Ron Saka getting $2.5 million. Why would you see what I'm saying? It's like, dude. And what happens is they get so much money, they go home and they look at that bag and they look at that they have to run. And they're like, man, I ain't got to run with $6 million in my account right now or $10 million in my account. Why should I run? Instead of saying, having that grind and keep on going, it should be motivation to keep going. They start spending and getting relaxed. That's why I believe Charlo took a 3-year layoff, and you can't take that long off and then tell me I'm still a top dog, bro. You've been gone for 3 years, and now you coming back trying to call out people when you could have fought. See, this is why I say it's an excuse on Charlo. Canelo been making millions more than anybody. Then since Floyd, compared to Floyd, that man fights 3 times a year. He never let money slow him down. The boy was making 30, 40 million a fight?
Yeah.
And he fight 3 times. There's no excuse. Some of these guys don't have that work ethic.
But now Mel was saying, though, he said shortly after he fought Canelo, he had been going to the PBC asking, man, can I stay active? I need this fight. I need that fight.
Oh,
and he
really?
said he wasn't able to get any fights.
Really? See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and on top of that, he said the dude Louis DeCubas, he said he feel like he don't even fuck with him like that. That's another reason why he feel like he's sitting on the shelf.
Finally, I'm outside of boxing. Man, it took about 3-4 months, man.
Yeah.
I back calling them Sylvia, get my date. I need to fight again.
Yeah.
It's a Leviticus, a Sam.
Oh, yeah.
These people that's like the primary. Luis de Cuba, I feel personally, Luis Cuba never really liked me.
Really? Why? They say he's like the guy at PBC now that we don't see Al no more. That's what they saying.
Right.
Yeah.
But this was before.
Oh, before all of that.
I feel like, I would talk my shit. I would say what I say. Me and Laura had some tough, nice sparring, and that's the only connection we had. He just really, really connected with my brother in this upside situation. But I like Luis. I wish Luis would hit me up personally and let's work together in the South.
See, now you dropped something because I didn't know. So that makes no sense that you would have those guys sitting that darn long without releasing them.
Right.
Like, if you can't do nothing for them, then release them. So you got me look more into that because I didn't know Charlo said he was asking to fight. That makes no sense why you would have them because Gary Russell, the reason why I had that thought process because Gary Russell was okay fighting once a year.
Yeah.
He was okay fighting once a year.
And that was back when PBC was
on fire.
Yeah.
So you're going to be looked that up. I didn't know that. That's unfortunate because I definitely would like to see him fight more. Why he can't get a fight. And if he's going against PBC and they hold him back from fighting, that's definitely sad, man. That's a sad situation to see that because, you don't want to be, I'm going to give you a real big man.
But keep in mind now, what he's saying is, this is how I know Al Haymon, he must have taken a step back because he said Louis is the one that he feel like, I don't know what it is with him, but he said he don't fuck with me, man. Louis don't fuck with me. That's the reason why I'm on the shelf, man. I've been begging and pleading for a fight ever since the Canelo fight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what it comes down where you have to
be that you do not believe Charlo, man. Charlo always told you he's coming to actually win against Canelo. And we see how that turned out, man. I don't believe it at all. It don't make no sense, man. Is it a possibility that could have happened? Absolutely. But I'll put that at like 2%, man. I can't believe nothing Charlo said at this point. What we were just talking about, man. This dude got a big paycheck with Canelo, and then he spent his money, and now his funds are low, and he's looking for another payday. That's what it sounds like, man. Because I know that's what he's saying, but if he was saying that, we would have heard something about it before now, man.
Yeah, it damn sure would have took us 3 years to hear about it. That's for damn
That's
sure.
what I'm saying. How long ago did he make these statements, Chuck? It's been in the last couple of days, couple of weeks, what?
Yeah, about like 2 months, a month or so. Like
yeah.
He said he made it about a month or so ago.
Well, with the statement with the Louis de Cubas, that was about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
but remember when he sent the tweets out to everybody? That was about 3 or 4 months ago.
Okay, now see, since the 3 or 4 months, I can believe it. Okay, 3 years, hell no, dude, you wasn't pushing that.
Yeah, he was comfortable. He coming out trying to get the fight, and maybe that's what he's getting pressed on. Like, hey, you gotta wait. You know, we ain't where we need to be financially. We trying to, and that's where he's taking the frustration out because, dude, he was too comfortable after that Canelo fight. He was smiling, you know, say, hey, I just fought a great, I fought one of the best. No, you know, you're going home to that bag.
Exactamundo. That's why I can't believe none of that shit he talking, man. Like 3 or 4 months, if he's saying he's been trying to get a fight, I can believe that. No way in hell you gonna tell me you've been pressing like this for 3 years and they ain't gave you nobody. Nah, dude, you got that money, you got comfortable, like Mark said. I got 12 million, 15 million, 20 million in my account. What I need to go run 6 miles for, man? We eating good in the neighborhood, man. Yeah, get out of here, Charlo. Don't nobody believe it. Something with
and to add to that, we know how vocal those fucking Charlos is. If not more, really will.
Yeah.
Man, listen. If that was the case, man, something would have got leaked to one of these damn YouTubers. Hey, they ain't giving him a fight, man. Breaking news: Charlo's looking for a fight and can't find one.
Yeah, that shit would definitely got.
It's been crickets.
Man, Turkey would have been gave that man a bag and offer it so damn fast. And here's the thing. The PBC wouldn't have no real. That's another thing, too, that we ain't really point out. PBC don't have a problem now in their situation letting their fighters fight on other networks if they're going to give them the bag.
Yeah.
Andy
Cruz. We've seen a number of PBC fighters.
Yeah, Andy Cruz was just on there with Jarrell Miller on the Turkey Ala Sheets card. Like, what are we talking about? And he got a nice bag. So they understand they don't have a solid home. They with Prime still, but they don't have a solid home where they have consistency going. So yeah, man, I think Charlo, man, he got comfortable. He lost a lot of momentum. I think if he would have went back into the ring 6 months later, he would have been able to build that momentum back up, fighting somebody. It didn't matter, knock him out, and he would have been right there as a big fight. It's just hard for me to pick a guy that's been off 3 years, man. You see what happened to Barker. Barker was off like a year and a half and fought Josh Kelly. That motherfucker looked horrible.
Oh, man, what a comeback story for that motherfucker, man. Let's talk about some UK news, man. I just want to touch on Josh Kelly for a little bit, man, because, you know, I kind of pay attention a little more to those fighters across the pond. Dude, this dude, Josh Kelly, bro, once upon a time, bro, this was another one of Eddie Hearn's, I guess you could say one of his prize fighters that he was pushing once upon a time. Josh Kelly ended up taking a big loss.
Many questions with the skills or points.
It really is. I think Kelly's going to have to beat here on the promise that we've seen.
He's gym in sparring. Seen plenty of flashes.
Avanesian champion.
Good work from Kelly. Speed.
Some good body shots.
Such a proud here. Russia, the 30-31. 26 feet has been stopped. Just weighing it up. Weak. He's Here's a guy who on the side. What a shot from Josh Kelly. Left hand. And the header of Josh Kelly. Avanesian tries to get a hook of his own in. I think he was a bit slightly hurt and bewildered, but back he comes with the right hand.
Inside, he's keeping the pressure on Kelly. Good jab though from Kelly. Ball not to overreach. Don't know where the cut came from. There's that left hook again.
Family men. His dad's club, Houghton District ABC. Wonderful potential.
Speed, good crisp punch. You know, he's the kid,
isn't he?
Yeah, and I think that would be the case for a few. That's when he'll look to have more success.
They want to drag.
If he can swim, you know, Avanesian can really keep the pressure on him. This is good from Kelly.
Yeah, in a challenge for being tightly
taking if you're a fast fighter, when your speed's at your local strength and pressure, that factor. But right now, Kelly boxing well. The edging speed of put those body shots in the bank.
Jab from Josh Kelly.
Is someone that fights, get a rest, fill his lungs and have a little
more work under Adam Boo.
Stretch in the second half, but I want him to
keep on him. David says Spain and took him out. Avanesian, but they've been out of the ring a long time. Don't let him breathe. Stay on top of him. Toll has the proof that he's been there. He's established.
He's a former world champion of Ron Kelly.
Wait, Josh Kelly. Statistic, he's boxed.
Making Kelly work hard.
Blending quite beautifully, man.
Caught now as well.
From Josh Kelly there. Back end of the fifth. It's getting
second half when he does get
20. Such a difficult year for
Friends, and Kelly looks to move on. Avanesian.
Constant pressure from Avanesian. Felt this was too soon for Josh Kelly. Will they be proved right? Suddenly, the flow of Kelly is not there, and Avanesian is teeing off on Josh Kelly, who touches down, and he's being counted here in the sixth. Avanesian straight on him, and look at this from the Russian. And he's just coming in trouble there. Josh Kelly, the legs went down again, and Alan Boo's thrown the towel in, and David Avanesian retains his European welterweight title. He was chipping away.
Lost. And dude, his career had just went downhill, a nosedive, bro. They got these networks in the UK, man. You got Sky Sports, you got at the time in TNT Sports. This dude was fighting. It's a dude by the name of Wasserman. This dude is probably like the worst promoter in the UK, bro. Like the bottom of the barrel. This motherfucker, Josh Kelly, ended up signing with him, fighting on Channel 5, bro, like a local network for boxing, bro, like the bottom of the totem pole.
It's a wild ride, a boxing career, and you've been through, you've been through a lot already. We spoke about it briefly the other day. You've been working on all sorts of things in the time that you've had out of the ring after you let the dust settle, and you feel that not just physically you're rejuvenated, mentally, which is just as important, if not more so. You've got a kind of new outlook on things.
Yeah, I feel refreshed, bro. I've been in the gym since the year out, so it hasn't been like I've just come back in the gym and just started. So I'm enjoying it. I've got a smile on my face. I'm going to perform on Friday. I'm going to enjoy it. That's the main thing. And it's going to be a hard night work for my opponent. Yeah.
Bro, look at him, man. He gets this big title shot, bro. Beats the fuck out of Bakram. Now back on top of the world, bro. I just want to give a big shout out to Josh Kelly, man, because dude, a lot of fucking fighters that was in his position, bro, they would have never even got another fucking chance, bro. Like, and for him to be a world champion, bro, I gotta give kudos to Josh Kelly, man. I got to, bro. I followed his whole career back then, man, and just to see what
good stuff. I didn't know that.
From Matchroom with Eddie Hearn, bro, then being shipped off. I think he had a brief little stint with Frank Warren, then got booted away from them, went to the total bottom, bro. Wasserman, bro, he's a fucking joke, bro. He's a joke in the UK. But look at him now, man. Big shout out to Josh Kelly, bro. But as far as Conor Benn, we see how he just switched sides, going from Eddie Hearn to Dana White for this $15 million deal. Mark, they were talking about him fighting Regis Prograis, and I really, really hope the Rougarou can pull the rabbit out of his ass and do something about Conor Benn, which, it probably won't happen. But I'm hoping and wishing that he could pull the rabbit out of his ass and get Conor Benn the fuck up out of here and spoil the plans. I don't think that $15 million deal is for that fight, though. A lot of people think, oh, $15 million for Regis Prograis? Nah, I think he had a prior obligation with Turkey, and he has to fulfill that obligation. Then we get into the $15 million fight, which is whoever we don't even know at this point yet.
So is it a one fight deal or is it two? Like I didn't know. I heard it was a one fight deal.
It is a one fight deal. See, this shit is starting to get confusing now, bro. He got a one fight deal with Zuffa, but it seems like there's two different entities. You got Zuffa, and then you got TKO Boxing. Like this shit is getting weird.
Okay, so it's like they doing it. It's like a backhand behind the door type deal where Zuffa is gonna be the face of this deal for Turkey. You see what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. Like it's like, okay, it's a one fight deal for Zuffa, and then everybody, okay, it's a one fight deal. Nah. It's something else in that contract that they ain't saying publicly. That I get you. That makes sense. Because again, when these new companies come, I've always pointed this out. They always start throwing the bag out to get some of the fighters. Black Prime. No, they got Crawford, 10 million. And then what happened after that? You see what I'm saying? They couldn't keep. You can get a lot of the fighters, but if you can't get them to fight each other, you're going to have a problem. That's what DAZN went through when they got Triple G, Canelo, Demetrius Andrade. You're like, oh, man, they getting everybody. But look at Demetrius. Couldn't fight not one person over there. That was with Demetrius couldn't even get a fight. Triple G went over there because of Canelo, and he couldn't get a fight till he was down there 50. He couldn't get the trilogy until he was there. You see what I'm saying? So I think they're gonna have to come up with a better way of having these guys guaranteed to fight each other too, instead of just throwing the bad, because these guys ain't taking the risk, man. They're not taking the risk for the prices they get either.
Mr. Cleveland, what you think about all of that shit though, man?
I believe Josh Kelly needs to send you a check, because now you got me wanting to watch that movie, man. I ain't know about that old backstory, man. So that's very, very, very inspiring, man, because I don't know if a lot of dudes, not only would they would have bounced back, but I don't even know if a lot of dudes, if they had the opportunity, if they would have like they would have fallen short. Like he got that opportunity and he ran with it. So yeah, man, that's legit, man. That's some movie of the week type shit right there. So yeah, as far as the Conor Benn, man, I really don't rock with that dude. Rougarou, I feel like I hope he can pull a rabbit out of his hat, but man, from what I've been seeing from Rue, that Bayou magic seemed like it's gone, man. It seemed like he's a gatekeeper right now. And I hate for fighters that I rock with that look like that at the tail ends. But Conor should win that fight, man.
You want to know what's fucked up, bro, about this, bro? I think Conor gonna knock him out, bro.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah,
I know.
me too.
I know. But Conor ain't gonna fight nobody who gonna give him no real comp, because you saw what happened when he did that. In the rematch, he had to wait the hydration clause, man. So this dude ain't really trying to fight. He trying to make money. Plus the history of the PED use, man. It's kind of hard for me to take dudes like that serious when they making moves like this. When you got that on your record, man, your moving forward need to be spotless. Like you need to make sure you on all the damn 24/7 U.S. Olympic drug style testing. You need to make sure that you're trying to fight the dudes that we want to actually see you fight with no BS stipulations attached to it. When you do little sucker shit like that, man, I can't take you serious.
Hey, another great way for another segue, Mr. Cleveland. Since we're talking about Olympic drug testing, let's talk about Ryan Garcia, bro.
Oh, this motherfucker.
Bro, this shit between him and Shakur Stevenson, man, is it legit, man? Are we going to get this fight? Is Ryan Garcia going to be able to make weight? I mean, is this just some more role play for Ryan Garcia? Oh, what y'all thinking, man? Mark, what you think about Ryan Garcia, bro? Is he gonna be on the juice? Hey, was he on the juice for this last fight? We still haven't heard the results from that. You know what I'm saying?
This is funny. I'm gonna actually use Conor Benn with Ryan Garcia connected. Right?
Okay.
There's some similarities to these guys, man. Strong similarities. For one, both of them tested positive. Both of them. Two, both of them is entertaining weight classes they have never been in the last 3 to 4 years. Both of them.
Ain't that deep, bro? That's crazy.
Both of them. Conor Benn went from 147 in 2022, and then he went up to 154, fought one time, then he jumped up to 160, fought Eubanks. I was calling this out because you had somebody at 154 that was in the same company with him as Matchroom that was getting criticized because he wasn't getting opponents. Boots Ennis.
Yeah.
So how you got Boots Ennis who's getting criticized, Eddie Hearn, and you got Conor Benn who can fight him at 154, give him a great name, and it's in-house. People were saying, well, you wouldn't want to put your fighters against each other. I said, listen, Conor Benn is with the UK. The UK don't give up on their fighters.
That's
Look
a fact.
at Zora.
Yeah. You ain't never lied.
Ricky Hatton was knocked out by Floyd Mayweather and the fans were still singing.
To feint left and backing up when he got hit. And does happen. Mayweather cracks him with both hands now, showing the hand spins in a row. Look at this. Boxing by Mayweather. Hatton sticking to his chest but gets drilled.
America don't move like that, right?
No.
So even if you felt like you was feeding Conor 2 boots, you ain't losing no status with him. You know what I mean? UK fighters can build up faster than American fighters, right?
Yeah.
So I felt like Conor Benn purposely was maneuvering around 154 from 160. Then he coming back talking about, I want to fight Shakur and Devin. You notice that he only came to Devin and Shakur fights, but he never said it Boots fights at all.
That's a fact.
Not one.
That's a fact.
One. And and this is what I exposed on him. And I'm gonna get back to Ryan because Ryan doing the same thing. He's never made 147 in 4 years. So guess what his fight against Reaches is with? It's at 150. So you're showing us that you couldn't make the weight anyway. Why are you fighting it? Why are you calling these guys out? You can't even fight in a catch weight against those guys. You fighting a catch weight 150. Would you tell us so you pretty much gonna want Shakur to come up to 150 instead of 147? You can't make that unless you're gonna take some of them supplements. That's the only way. Now to Ryan Garcia, same thing. Ryan, when you tried to fight at 140, you came in 3 to 4 pounds over on purpose. Right? You felt like you would be killing yourself at 140. You say, I don't care about the belt. Now you're trying to convince us that you wants to come down to 140 against Shakur for a world title after you got one at 147. Like, nah, I think he is capping. I think, to be honest, I think he's going to – Ron is a guy that will fight. I will say that. Based on his – he fought Tank. He did fight Devin. De La Hoya was not for those fights. Ron took him. But I think what humbled him where he could start listening to De La Hoya again is when Rolly beat him. De La Hoya got the control of his career again and said, look, we're going to go this route. Listen to what I say. You're going to get another title fight. I'm going to put you in another title fight. You're going to get that. Now he got to listen to Oscar. Oscar ain't running to the fire with these fighters. Look at Virgil. Look what Virgil's got to deal with. Look what Jaime McGee had to deal with when Jamel Charlo and Jaime McGee was signed to fight. De La Hoya threw a fire in that. When Shakur and Schofield was trying to fight, De La Hoya wasn't even for that fight. My young fighter. Why do you want to fight my young fighter? He's young. That man called you. You remember? You laughing because it's the truth.
And the fact that you sounded exactly just like him too. But yeah.
He called Floyd Schofield and said, just fake a sick, act like you're sick, and we'll put you in there with Tevin Farmer. We're going to have you look good. Trust me, believe me. You know, That's what he did. I think they went with the Golden Boy plan. Oscar has always found ways to maneuver his fighters around smoke. Canelo had to say, no, I'm fighting Laura. Canelo said, I'm fighting Austin Trout. You ain't telling me nothing. He had to do that. So when I'm looking at Ryan right now, I just think he's doing a lot of capping, and I think it's really De La Hoya that's going to maneuver him. I think he's going to have some type of fan tune-up type of fight in his hometown where he's going to look good and hold on to that belt. He's going to be playing hostage for a minute. I don't think he's going to go in to a big fight right away. I would love it, but I just don't think he is. He ain't going to no 140 fight, no Shakur. I can tell you that much.
Mr. Cleveland, what you think?
Man, Ryan full of shit.
Yeah.
He ain't coming down like he just said. You already had opportunity for a title at 140, and you came in overweight. So now I'm supposed to believe you're going to do that? See, I thought they was talking about fighting at 147. It ain't happening, man. And let's be real. Ryan don't even need to be looking down at 140. He need to be looking to the left and to the right because he got two dudes he got unfinished business with in his division as champions that he need to holler at Rolly Romero for getting his ass knocked out, and he need to holler at Dev for that cheating bullshit and testing positive. So this is all it is wasting time because at the end of the day, you know, De La Hoya is going to be the scapegoat because Mark just told you how they going to maneuver, how he likes to maneuver around it. And with the point that he skipped over is Ryan gets to save face in all this. He can say, hey, I was trying to fight him. You see me. Guys, I'll fight anybody. I was willing to go down. Oscar just wouldn't let me do it. You can already see how it's being played. So Ryan is complicit in this because he's going along with the cap. He's Captain Cap. That's what he is right now, man. And that's what it is, man. He one of the dudes I can't take serious. He will fight people, but and he can't be trusted.
Yeah.
He's unstable at any given moment. Like you don't know if he's clean or if he's dirty. Like against Rolly, I knew he was gonna lose. I told Chuck. He was like, how you know he was gonna lose? I told him because I knew he was gonna lose at the weigh-in. Because I'm like, he wasn't built. He was all flabby. He had the beer belly. And then against Barrios, I'm like, oh, he must be on that shit again. Because Homeboy looked completely different. And the fight turned out different. And the testing.
Went out there and dropped that in the first 8 seconds of the first round.
So the question I really have is, was there any testing for that fight, period?
You know, that's a good question.
And a lot of people still waiting for the results for the test after the fight.
And you're going to be waiting. Them results ain't coming back. There wasn't no damn testing for that fight. Come on, let's be real.
I will say this in Ryan's defense. You shouldn't be taking those steroids against Barrios anyway. I mean, he's a decent fighter, but Barrios has never been this guy that I felt like can have multiple titles. He actually got elevated, and he's never won a title defense. So he got elevated, got 2 draws, and then lost it to Ryan Garcia. That was it. That's his title reign.
Check this out, man. Check this out. I used to wonder, and I used to have Georgie as the weakest champion of this era. You know, they were neck and neck. But after these last few fights from Barrios, bro, Barrios is by far the weakest champion of this era.
He has to be. My thing was Barrios put on good fights with Tank. I will say he's an entertaining, good fighter where we get entertainment out of him. But when it comes to him going to his bag, really making adjustments, he didn't do any of that, bro. I don't see that in his fights. He just fights the same way, high guard, trying to walk certain people down, get hit. Most of his fights, he looked like what is that? The Avatar. All you gotta do is spray paint his face blue. He looked like he get touched up a lot. So again, Ryan could have still been juicing, but I don't think he had the juice against no Barrios. Brian came and put something in his bag too, because I always felt like Ryan was kind of one-dimensional, looking for that left hook a lot, you know what I mean? But he brought some more stuff to the fight this time, man. So I'll give him his props on that, but we still gotta wait and see how they gonna move on.
Hey, this why he was on that shit, because When he knocked down Barrios, that was with a right hand. I can't ever remember Ryan knocking somebody down, especially at this higher level with his right. That's why I'm like, man, some don't pass the smell test. Nah, I could be wrong,
He
but
win this bag. He win this bag. I think he win this bag
man,
because we was all. I think people who watch Ryan would say that he doesn't do anything else. It's like he got quick hand speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he just try to come over that left. He tried to come over with that check hook, bop, bop, bop.
yeah.
But he came with. I believe he was working on that right hand. I think he throws it, but he's not really committed to it as much. But he was. You can tell Barrio only prepared for the check left hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that much.
Yeah.
Like they ain't have nothing else in the bag. But I'm gonna tell you this. I will say this, Chuck, and this might be a segment you might use down the line or something. But I do think Ron Garcia being the world champion is good for boxing.
Oh, definitely.
Whether we like it or not, him being a champ is good for boxing. But me, I stand 10 toes down.
Because of the name, bro, you got a huge following behind him, bro.
Yeah, so you know, I think.
Support.
Yeah, I think, you know, I do think he got some races in him.
Hey, let's go bring George Floyd back to life and kill that nigga again.
I didn't forget about the voice. I do think he's a cheat, so I don't forget about those things. I don't have amnesia. I know what what he's about, but he's pretty much got the Adrian Broner effect. You know, Broner lost and got a world title shot. Lose, he get another world title shot. He's getting that type of treatment because they know he can put the asses in the seats.
One thing I wanted to talk about too, since we talk about the races, let's go from one racist to another. And Teofimo Lopez. Do you think that Teofimo Lopez can bounce back from that ass whooping, that certified masterclass ass whooping that he got from Shakur Stevenson? If he does, if he can, the first thing I think he has to do is get rid of his dad as a trainer. His dad is by far the worst trainer in boxing, bro. Seriously, bro, listen to what he tells his son in the corner, bro, if his son is not doing what he's supposed to be doing in the fight.
Relax, let me in. Let me in, relax. Yo, oh shit. You all right?
Stop shifting him. You gotta hit him, bro. Let's go. You're gonna hate yourself. Take this round, Phil. Take this round.
What kind of coaching is that, bro? You're not giving him any type of ways to make adjustments in the fight. You just pointing the finger. Why ain't you doing it? Dude, you sounded like a dad and not a coach. Teo needs a coach, bro. He got to get rid of his pops, man. Seriously. Do y'all think that he could bounce back after that ass whooping? Because I honestly, bro, they really going to have to tread carefully with him, man, and match him up right, man. Because if he take another loss, bro, it is over for Teo.
Mr. Cleveland, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Listen, he can take another loss. But as far as is he coming back? Oh, no, he's done. At the top level, it's finito. And I'm going to steal something from Dante's Boxing Nation when he's not going to fight no elite PA. He's not going to be able to beat them. It's not happening. So as far as that aspect, fighting at the top level, it's over with. Shakur beat the shit out of him. He beat the races out of him. He had, man, Shakur dog walked his ass. He mollywopped him. He washed him and then put him in the dryer. He fucked him up. That stuff you don't come back from. If he does fight, he gonna fight the lower level dudes and he might beat them. But as far as Teo at the top level, oh no, you ain't gonna see that no more. Because he's the one thing as bad as a coach, boxing coach, as his daddy is. His daddy told the truth when he said, my son is mentally weak.
You know, my son is like mentally like easy to, mess with. And how you gonna fight, a fight when everybody wants you to lose? You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know what happened. It just looked like all his powers were not there. Like everything was like that we planned, everything that he did in sparring, everything that we planned to do was not there.
So that he was telling the truth about, because his son is mentally weak, and I don't see him coming back from this, man. Can he do it? Yeah. Will he do it? Probably not, man. I can't see it. And if you guys can figure out a way or explain it, maybe I'll be able to change my mind. But how I'm viewing it, he's done.
If you run down the names, bro, you're right, bro. He's not beating no fucking Keyshawn Davis, bro. He ain't beating a Devin Haney, bro. He
ain't beating, hell, he ain't even beating Tank, man. He ain't beating damn Lamont Roach, if I'm being real. He's not beating a lot of these dudes. He's not. It's just not happening.
I think one thing about him, I'm gonna say this. To his defense, T.O.'s defense. He's been the most inconsistent fighter I've ever seen, where he's not just inconsistent. He's inconsistent, then he wins, go back to being inconsistent. Like, he's just all over the place. You really don't have a real identity of him, because I picked Josh Taylor.
You gonna get
Right. I picked against him with Josh Taylor. I thought Josh Taylor was going to cook him. I'm going to be honest. He was going through a mental collapse, talking about he didn't even know if he had it, after the Sador Martin performance. And it was just, to me, his mental wasn't there, and I couldn't trust it. So then he looked good against Josh Taylor, and then I'm like, dang, I didn't pick him against Richard Coleman. I'm going to be honest. I thought Richard Coleman was going to lay wood on him. You know what I'm saying? He knocked out Richard Coleman. He's a guy that gets up on certain fights. This fight with Shakur, he didn't get up on. I just think Shakur was just too much on, and Shakur knew who he was. See, Shakur gets comfortable when he's fighting the guys that he spar and he's familiar with. So Shakur going to really lash out on you. But Teo can actually, boxing works so in mysterious ways, man, where we think, okay, you lose, you pretty much done. You lose to Shakur, man, listen, watch how he maneuver. He can actually be right back in the mix by bringing Hitchison up. Hitchison struggling in the IBF. Hitchison comes up and get knocked out by T.O. I don't think Hitchison can beat T.O. I don't think Brian Norman can beat T.O. So that's another fight that I hear that they actually talking about at 147 for him. I think he can actually box against those guys and look good. That will bring his stock right back, because I don't think he lost a lot. I don't think some of these guys, when they get knocked out, devastating, and you know what I'm saying, in devastating fashion, then we can sit there and say, I don't know. But when they lose, like he lost to Shakur, he can bounce back from that. Because everybody
it ain't like he was getting pummeled. I mean, he just got peppered. He got peppered for 12 rounds.
Yeah, he got outclassed.
Yeah, I don't know what fight y'all saw. I saw a dude who couldn't do nothing. Now, granted, it could have been
no. He couldn't do nothing against Shakur. But he's saying that he can do something against a Brian Norman who ain't as slick as a Shakur and ain't as quick as a Shakur.
Here's the problem. But Brian Norman he's fundamentally sound, man, and he's going to clip Tio with a 1-2.
But he needs to get clipped too by Tio.
I don't think Tio got that type of power that's going to hurt Brian Norman, man.
Yeah, motherfucker got dropped by Dev. A motherfucker who don't have power.
Hell, Dev is deceptively strong. The only people who say he ain't got, after they fight him, who say he ain't as strong as Ryan Garcia, who was tested positive. So
Lenara is too now.
Hey, well, here's my thing, and you can tell people don't go in there rushing Dev neither now.
Right. So, I think he got respectable punching power.
Exactly.
I will say that.
It's the same thing I view like Floyd. People will say he wasn't the strongest puncher, but I don't see everybody rushing him neither. So that's the counteraction though, man. But I don't see it, man. I just not with Tio, because I never saw something in Tio, man.
But you know what though? I will say this though, Mark. I think you damn sure right about that Richardson Hitchens. I think Richardson Hitchens.
I agree with you on that part.
I said this about Hitchison. I think Hitchison is more talented than he think. His confidence don't match his talent though. That's my problem with Hitchens.
Hey, because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. He's gonna get his ass knocked out by Duarte.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
It was coming. I think his reign was coming. It's just he's starting to think, he's talking about pricing himself out in certain fights, and I'm just like, dude, he's just too scary to me. And when you see a fighter that's like that, that's talking like that, not as confident, he'll do a lot of wolfing. But when it comes down to really getting down, that's not who he is. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna drop y'all some jewels. This happened, was it last year? I think it was sometime at the beginning of last year. Y'all don't know this, but I got the insight on this.
Yeah, give us some of that good shit, Mark.
Shakur Stevenson was down there in Texas, and Shakur has been a ringleader of setting up sparring sessions and stuff because he likes to look at people. See, that's one of his tactics. Shakur want to see you work. He set up sparring sessions. A lot of people don't know about this. I got firsthand dibs on this. Shakur set up a sparring session, had Hitchison fly from New York to Texas because Abdullah was already down there in Texas. Nobody know about this sparring session, but I want to point out something. Abdullah had a great sparring session. I'm gonna say that off rip. Had a good session.
Okay, all right. That's what I wanted to hear.
Abdullah had a great sparring session. They had 4 rounds, but I would say this: Hitchison never mentioned that he sparred Abdullah ever. Hitchison mentioned that he sparred Brian Norman and did good against Brian Norman. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh,
but he mentioned his sparring sessions a lot. He never mentioned Abdullah's name one time. People don't even know these dudes actually even been in the ring. It's just how he horse and talks about other fighters. His energy is different. It ain't for all fighters. He pick and choose who he think he got the smoke for, who he think he can beat. I just don't like fighters that move like that. You know what I mean? And he couldn't wait to tell people that he did good against Brian Norman, who's not even in the same weight class he is. Guess what? Abdullah ain't either. Abdullah at 135.
Yep.
You at 140. I never even put it out there. Abdullah, this is his statement. I was on the phone with Abdullah and his dad. They both was on the phone with me. And Abdullah said, yeah, we got 4 rounds down there. Shakur set that up, Abdullah talking down on it. He was like, it was definitely good work on my end, blah, 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 But he said, I wonder why Hitchison never mentioned us sparring. I ain't got to say it, but he, it seemed like they the ones set that up. I thought Shakur and them would mention it, but they never said nothing. So that's where Abdullah left it. Abdullah didn't go around saying, hey, I sparred Hitchens, he a champion, or, I took with the school. They just said, respectfully, I think they respect me as a fighter. That's what Abdullah said. He's like, they respect me, bro. He know.
In other words, I beat that boy black ass that day. That's the translation of that.
Stay humble.
Yeah. Dude, all I'm going to say is this. When Richardson Hitchison lose that belt, because he's going to lose that belt, he need to go ahead and run that fade with Montana Love.
Well, listen, I'm keeping it cool because it's listen, man, I would have stepped on you in the ring, outside the ring, it didn't matter. Let's say, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all tripping, y'all getting too disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Keep it boxing, keep it cool. You know what I'm saying? You got your cheerleader down there. He got. I never seen a fighter get dropped and he's undefeated. You get dropped by a company and you undefeated. You still living in projects. That's terrible. Wait, who get dropped? You was with the money team, bro. Who get dropped? Who got dropped? Man, listen. Who got dropped? Man. You crazy? Listen, now you trying to get a got dropped by an opportunity. Listen, you had an opportunity in 20. Look. He had an opportunity. This is where everything comes. He had an opportunity in 2019 to fight me. I was independent. Yo, bro, we could have fought last year. You said you only had 5 weeks to get ready. He was broke. Bro. I say, fight me on the showbox. They turned me down. I never turned your name. Never came until 2020.
Man, I wish Montana would come back and fight. I wish. Montana is almost, I wish, man. I wish Montana would come back and fight, but Montana ain't going to do it, bro.
That would be the perfect fight for him to come back too, man.
That's facts. No, you're right. You're absolutely right, Chuck. I think I would love that. I would love that. I think Hitchison, he might get stripped before he loses, though. I don't think
You ain't never lied. The way he moving, you ain't never lied.
He might end up getting stripped. You know what I mean? But my thing is with Hitchens, like I said, it's just the mental. And then if he loses his first fight, is he mentally strong enough to come back and bounce from that? That's going to be the test for me when it comes to Hitchens.
Especially since he always puts himself in that same category as the Devs of the world.
Yeah, bro.
Taking a loss, bro, it could really affect him mentally.
It could really affect him mentally. So I don't know if he's going to have that bounce back. We'll have to see. But he's on the verge. He's knocking on the door for somebody to take him out, man. It's definitely he's knocking on that door.
Oh, yeah. I want to touch on this real quick. Bro, this is the one thing I hate about boxing, man. You have to pay to be a champion. Mauricio Suleiman, as I like to call him, the biggest con, Mauricio Suleiman, this dude, he needs to relax, bro. He needs to relax when it comes to inserting himself in the WBC in each and every fight in boxing, bro. A lot of these fighters aren't even fighting for WBC belts, and you see his ass in the ring with some made-up WBC belt for these people to pay sanctioning fees on. Dude, you don't see this in the NBA. You don't see this in the NFL. You don't see this in any other sport where you have to pay to be a champion. Now, I'm not disregarding any of the other sanctioning bodies. I'm just putting the emphasis on the WBC because the WBC, not only they're taxing the fighters, it looks like they're blatantly robbing the fighters at this point. Now, all the other sanctioning bodies, they're getting their cut too. You're paying them too to be a champion. But the WBC is beyond diabolical with all the tactics that they're doing as far as the expenses that they're throwing at these fighters, bro. I think it's beyond ridiculous. But what do you think, Mark?
No, I agree. I think they've been doing that for years, man. And I hold both sides accountable when it comes to that. I'm not just gonna point it all on the WBC because that we know what we get into when we get those belts as a fighter. You know, you fight and you know what it is. Now, what I don't like is Maurice Suleiman making up prices by assuming he think they getting this and this. This is what Maurice Suleiman said. So I'm only going by what he said.
The rules. Shakur Stevenson told me that you asked for $120,000 in order for you to sanction that fight. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. In writing, we send a letter insisting on them we tried everything to avoid this situation. What we send is the WBC approves your petition to fight, and according to the WBC rules, a fee of $120,000, which is less than the 3% that should be, which they, by the way, they can contest and say, no, we're not making this amount, we are making this.
And to me, I think that's greed. If you think Shakur is getting between 5 and 6 or million, and then you don't know what he's getting. So why are you putting a price on something you don't have clarity of what's getting? Obviously, you don't know. So if it was me, I would have 50,000 ain't nothing to me. 50,000 or a little sanction fee on a guy that's making 6 to 5 million, they'll take that. Cool. But you got to work with him. And this is one thing I don't like when it comes to the black fighters and him and these sanctioning fees. Why Shakur didn't get the franchise title? Why you couldn't franchise it? Everybody else getting the franchise.
No, Mark, no. Don't say that word.
Hear me out. Hear me out, though. This is what I'm getting at.
That shit ruined boxing for a good year.
It did, because they was only for the ducking. That's what they was ducking the top fighters. But my point is, why are you stripping him when you could have gave him a franchise option? You just went straight to stripping instead of you. And he said he didn't want to pay for a belt. You went straight to saying, no, I'm just going to strip him. Instead of saying, you know what, we give you a franchise option because you're allowed to be a champion and still look for bigger fights. That's what the franchise was designed for.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. We don't get that. The point I'm getting at is we don't get that as black people. They don't get the franchise. Canelo got it. Lomachenko got it. Who else got it? Cambosis, Teofimo, and they transferred it. Remember, it wasn't even supposed to be transferable. So it's just when it comes to the sanctioning bodies, man, they gotta tighten up because I think they're a little too expensive when it comes to certain belts. Because now Zuffa is coming, and now they got something where the boxing fans can sit there and say, "Hey, man, we can go here." You know, the Zuffa got their own belt, and then the ring belt don't charge you for nothing. Y'all better wake up and start saying, "Okay, man, we gotta y'all gotta drop them prices and become Little Caesars out here, do them $5, $6 deals." That's Little Caesars gonna stay in business because they got good prices. You feel me?
You ain't never lied about that. Even though I like to call it that poverty piece of, but yeah, bro, they still afloat. They still afloat. That shit working.
Don't act like you ain't had Little Caesars in the last year, dog. You ain't about to.
Oh, I'm not against the poverty piece. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I see with that. Like, come on, bro, this big Chuck here. But the thing is, bro, I feel what you're saying, Mark. When you do shit like that, you stay afloat, bro.
Yeah, you stay afloat. You competing with guys that's got free belts, bro.
Right.
Like, come on, man. We gotta think.
Big shout out to Franchon Cruz-Zern, resident of the Ville, man. I love that girl, man. She just had her fight against Clarissa Shields. I didn't put out a prediction show on that for that fight because I think everybody and their mom knew what was going to happen in that fight, bro. It was no point in me doing 6 hours of video editing for that, man. I knew that they were going to come out guns blazing. I was hoping that Franchon wouldn't have done that, but they went on out there guns blazing. And after the second round, I said, Franchon's done. You know, she blew her load, bro. She was tired the rest of the fight for the biggest fight of her life. You know, I was kind of disappointed by that. But hey, it is what it is. Clarissa Shields got another win, a convincing win over Franchon Cruz-Zern. What's next for Clarissa, bro? I think they're trying to push the Michaela Mayer fight. Bro, these goddamn girls too small for Clarissa. Clarissa too big. What they wanted to do, smoke crack to make this fucking weight to fight these girls, bro, of relevance, whoever still got a name. What did they want this girl to do?
Retire. Hey, that's what they wanted to do. There's nobody.
It's probably only one fight left, bro. It probably Shadeja Green.
Yeah.
It might be Shadeja or.
Do y'all think she's ready?
We got a girl from Cincinnati, Asbury. What's her last name? She been saying that she's number 3 in the heavyweight division with Clarissa. She's out of Cincinnati, and I got to get her full name. Y'all don't want to mess it up, but I'll make sure Chuck get that. But she been coming on the scene talking about it a lot and saying she deserves an opportunity. Clarissa said she's gonna give a lot of girls that don't nobody know opportunities like she did the other black girl up in the heavyweight division. So that can be a play, but I think I'm gonna be honest. I hate to say this, but the women boxing need it. I think she need her circus fights. She need her Mendez MMA type thing where it's a crossover. She need the sideboard or something. She need to go talk to Jake Paul and say, okay, who can I get as a female that's in another situation? Is Ronda Rousey big enough? Like, she needs that, bro, to be honest.
I mean, in order for her to get the money she won't, that's a fact.
But here's the thing. She already said she got $8 million, which I question that. I really do. I don't want to question her pockets, but I don't think she has. I think that's a publicity to make her feel like they got more than what it is, and it helps her man's brand. I don't think she's got that because I look at the undercard too. Like, is this what y'all really paying? Like,
that girl ain't get that money.
No, bro. I don't either. I don't, and that's just crazy that I shouldn't be doing that. But it's just like, okay, where did this come from? And then, it's Papoose business that gave you the $8 million.
And fucking Salida Promotions, like, really?
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, she didn't get that type of money, bro.
It sounds like she gonna be in a situation 10 years from now, missing $340 million.
She gonna be another one. You ain't never lied. That's a fact. I like how you brought that to a full circle too, man. Hell yeah. Hey, Mark. Hey, Mr. Cleveland. What you think, man? What's next for Clarissa? Is she gonna fight Michaela Mayer? Is she gonna suck all the way down and give Michaela Mayer a chance?
If she does that, then man, they're trying to have her lose. Because I heard on the telecast they were talking to her after the fight. Michaela Bear is basically trying to act like she the big dog. Well, if we fight, it's gonna have to be at this weight, and I'm gonna have to get paid this amount of money. I'm not negotiating. I'm not budging off of that. And I'm like, yeah, then it don't sound like you're gonna have a fight because you
Right.
are not in the position to make any type of demands.
Well, we originally agreed on 154.
Okay.
Now she's talking 160 and 165. I said 160 is the most I can go, girlfriend. I cannot go higher than 160.
Do you consider that? Do you feel like you would feel comfortable at 160 fighting her?
No, I wouldn't be uncomfortable. I just would be the smaller fighter. You know, even when I fought Mary Spencer at 154, I weighed in at 151, 52. And that was I had to hold that all of camp. So I'm not going to go any higher at 160 and slow myself down. You know, I can only weigh one. If I fight at 160, I can weigh like 155, 156, and still make the fight happen. But if we fight at 165, and I don't think I'll even make the weight.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, before I let you go, you know, you're here. She's obviously not. Is there anything, any message you would want to send to her? You know, to let her know that. I mean, you're not gonna back out of what you guys been talking about on Twitter. I know y'all been going at it crazy.
Listen, she knows. I think everyone knows. I'm not afraid of anyone, and I'm game for whatever the fans want to see. I've always been that way. Look at my track record. So as long as we can agree on the weight and the money and the time and all that stuff, which is really not hard to work with, then we'll make it happen.
You got to come in there knowing that Clarissa, she don't be trying to big dog people. She be negotiating fair. She gonna say, all right, I can't make 160, but I'll do 165. I can see her trying to do that. I can't see her coming down to 160. I can see her, Michaela, I want 3 million. Nah, I can't give you that. I can give you 2.2. I can see stuff like that. So if you're not willing to negotiate, fight ain't gonna happen because you're not even in position, man. And to be honest with you, that fight, Clarissa don't have anything to gain from fighting her. It's a fighter that she's supposed to beat. And then a fighter that not only she's supposed to beat, but then you want her to put herself at a disadvantage because she's supposed to beat her. So you want her to come in weight drain, really, coming down that floor. Nah, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like Mark said, man, the circus fights might be her only avenue right now, unless they gonna build up another one of these unknown fighters. I don't see it happening. It's a few crossover MMA fighters, man. Like I said, Holly Holmes, since she used to box, try to get a cyborg. Even what's homegirls? No, she too little. Cyborg.
Is Mendez big? I don't know if Mendez is big.
I was gonna say Amanda Nunes, but I don't think
Nunez. There you go, Nunez. That's what I was trying to say. Nunez.
She fought at 135. I can't see her.
Dang, so she probably small too. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know. Some one of these girls going to have to take a risk, man. Where it's going. I mean, she definitely needs somebody. And I'm gonna tell you this another thing. That Zeus network. Now I'm under call me a conspiracy theory, but I think that Zeus network that she's under, she signed, her and Papoose signed with, they purposely started a fight because that's all that network is about. And when I heard that they had that in the boxing, had them recording, I could have told you a fight was gonna break out when they signed to them. If I knew that ahead of time, I would have put that on that parlay. What they got, that bet website where you can just bet anything. I would have betted the fight will break out at the press conference because Zeus, Zale or Zeus, whatever that network is there. My ex used to watch that all the time. Nothing but fighting. Like you get 5 minutes of rest and then they go right back and fight in the middle of the living room.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. It's nothing but drama. So she actually had a girl that was on that show that was beating up a lot of girls that said she would fight Clarissa. Remember when Clarissa had I think it was a year ago, she said, I pay $100K to somebody think they can whoop me.
Oh,
yeah. There was a girl from that network who was beating up.
Is that the light-skinned girl with like the Jay Leno chin?
Yeah.
I know who you talking about, man. I didn't know that was that network, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. My ex used to love watching that. I'm like, everything that was on it had different episodes. but it was always fighting and banging. I'm like, what is going on here? They was just eating breakfast and there's blood all over the cereal. Like,
okay, so you smarted me up. I ain't know that.
yeah, man. It's when I seen they started to promote boxing for a minute too, and I remember the UK guys. I'm gonna go back and find it for you. It was a clip where they were sponsoring. They were showing the shows that was coming up on the boxing podcast, on the boxing channel, because Zeus was doing that. But they showed the ghetto fights, like, okay, and they showed the guy from the UK, he bald head, I forgot his name, but he's from the UK. He used to box too. He's a black guy.
Johnny Nelson.
Oh, Johnny Nelson.
Yeah, that's him. He was laughing, smirking after the commercials went off. Like, yeah, y'all don't want to miss it. You know, he was like, Johnny. He couldn't believe what this, broadcast was, promoting. He's like, y'all don't want to miss it. And he was smirking with his guy. I'm going to show you the clip because I'm going to find it. But he thought it was hilarious showing these black ghetto girls just fighting and wigs coming off. It was just crazy, bro.
And you know that's foreign for them over there in the UK, but they definitely going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was okay. Now remember, it was when Floyd fought on Zeus.
Best from birth, and whatever I did, whatever I set my mind to do, I can do. I don't care what it is. I can set my mind to do anything.
And Mr. Mayweather, can we get Mayweather straight ahead?
I think these new generation of fighters, they want the Floyd Mayweather lifestyle, but they don't want to put in the work that Floyd Mayweather put in to get this lifestyle.
He insists he's going to knock you out. What do you say to him?
There's no fighter that's going to knock me out.
And now introducing division world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting
Mayweather vs. Chalmers, February 25th, live on Zeus pay-per-view. Only on Zeus.
Floyd Mayweather fought on Zeus on one of his exhibitions, bro.
Now I know what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
I do remember seeing that when Floyd was fighting on that one exhibition. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he fought on that action, but all they show is ghetto stuff, man. So when I heard Clarissa had signed with them to do episodes, and I said that makes sense because Zeus was right there. They was all in the fighting mix, like when they was banging. Like that's what they get off on, bro.
Got you. Hey, it's another lawsuit being threatened out here, man, besides that Floyd Mayweather 340 million shit. But did y'all hear about that lawsuit that Frank Warren is threatening to throw at the Saudis?
Man, I see that.
Bro, he's suing the Saudis for $1 billion for a legal dispute with Sella and TKO's Zuffa Boxing. But Frank ain't having it. Frank said, listen, y'all talk about the totem pole of the UK. Hey, I'm just a level above Washington. Y'all ain't about to get my ass up out of here. I want $1 billion, goddammit. We gonna settle for something. Queensberry Promotions ain't going no motherfucking where. What you think about that, Mark? $1 billion, though. $1 billion.
And you got to start high. You got to get somewhere. You got to start high. But here, you actually, after I seen that, I seen your boy from Cleveland come out with a lawsuit too with Saudi. Don King is back in the headlines.
Hey, I just saw that last night, bro. I just saw that last night.
Don King is back.
Everybody about to try to sue those motherfuckers to get a piece of that pie.
But this is a movie I seen before. The moment we start seeing guys, because we always talk about it was race. It is part of race, but it's also part of who has got power. They did this to Al. Top Rank, De La Hoya, all of them was teaming up against Al when all those fighters was coming over there, and Al had the bag. Al was paying the fighters. And they felt like he was monopolizing everything and saying, oh, no, we can't. That's all we seeing, bro. We seeing the same thing. But this time, I think we actually know how it ends when it comes to Dana White and how he has his fighters where, oh, man, They making good money. Dana White don't believe in everybody on his roster making great money. You out your mind.
Yep.
We gonna start. We gotta lure y'all in first, and then the pennies is gonna start dropping. The pennies gonna start dropping. You know what I'm saying? The only top 3 is getting paid. Everybody else they got a salary. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he's gonna be able to make millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Don't worry. We'll have some type of escalators. That way you can earn an additional 50,000 for knockout of the night or fight of the night. But that's not going in your base salary. Nah.
No. But you see, Al Haymon did that in a way too, where I know a couple fighters personally where he was giving them back end money. And they didn't understand where that was coming from. So that's why they loved Al even more, because Al would, for example, Terrell Goucher fought Jamonte Clark. You remember that, Chuck, when we had Cincinnati and Cleveland fighting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Terrell got like $300K for that fight. That was a signed fight for him to get $300K. I think it was $250 or something like that. Between $250. Right? He signed for that. That was it. That's most fighters, they sign for their check. That's it. Then you get wired $70K a month and a half later. Then 3 months later, you get wired another $85K. You don't know what is coming. You be like, hey, I only signed for 3, but thank you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't asking no questions. And not only that, Al was doing that. Al was actually teaching them real estate. See, a lot of these guys is throwing them money, and we ain't even intelligent enough to how to break down our money, how to invest our money. They're just giving us bags. Al was teaching them. That's why you don't hear Leah Santa Cruz talking about Al. You don't hear J-Rock talking about Al. You don't hear Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia.
Bro, I hate to cut you off, but when you mentioned Leo Santa Cruz, I think he said he named his kid or somebody after Al Haymon, bro. Like, that boy love Al, man.
Yeah,
Leo
man.
Santa
When you
Cruz.
actually invest, when you give them money and then and teach them the game or teach them how to invest and make more money, bro, that's a beautiful thing. You can't. Now, I don't care what he doing on the back end. If he didn't took 2.3 million from Santa Cruz, he didn't know about it. Santa Cruz don't even care. That man is sad. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't. Paul Williams was in a wheelchair. Paul Williams said Al taught him to, real estate. Al did that. He said, I'm set for the rest of my life because of Al Haymon. You see what I'm saying? So I think when it comes to those, I think it's going to be Dana White and Turkey. They're going to drop some bags on some people, but we're going to have a lot of fighters fighting in their 40s and 50s, bro. We gonna have if they don't get their financial situation, I'm being honest, bro.
He tried to give us the UFC model, man. And that was the problem with the last question you asked about what's going on with the sanctioning bodies and the fines. It's a bigger picture issue, man. There needs to be a governing body around these belts and the sport of boxing. And let's be real, we don't need 4 belts division. We need 2 belts, 3 max, but 2 belts is what we need. And then every other year or so, we need to have those 2 belts combined. That way, you got to be fighting dudes that's in your division, that's ranked a certain height. You can't be fighting no bums. You fight bums, you ain't going to get no money. You fight the real opponents, you get the money. But it's got to be a governing body. Otherwise, what's about to happen is, like Mark said, we see the future. We know what's going to happen. They're going to start paying these fighters the high wages. Then that money's going to dry out. Then it's going to be, hey, all we got is this for you.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. Zuffa ain't hardly worried about these lawsuits being slapped on them. They just signed Alexander Usyk and they signed Andy Ruiz. And speaking of people fighting bums, who the fuck is Alexander Usyk fighting? Who the fuck is Rico? Who the fuck is Rico, bro?
Easy to me, man.
Where did Rico come from, bro? Who is Rico? Hey, dude, they say he got 100% knockout ratio, bro. Guess how many fights he got?
8. He got 8.
1.
How you lying, bro? How did they? They're not even. They can't pull that off. Can they even? Is that even possible to sanction that?
You can't find no sanctioning body that's gonna sanction this fight.
Bro, I don't even think.
Usyk said, "Listen, everybody else doing dumb shit. Don't hold my ass up to a pedestal. I'm gonna do some dumb shit too and get a bag."
Dang, man, that's crazy. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I thought Rico was. And he part of the like Shao Kahn clan, like Rico. I thought that was the Rico.
That Rico. Hey, he could be. Cause I don't know this motherfucker from a can of Sherman paint, bro. I don't know this dude. I never heard of him, bro. But they said, hey, he's dangerous. 100% knockout ratio with one fight. Watch out, he coming. Rico.
I hate to bring Ray.
Hey, can I put the cherry on top of this shit, Kate? Guess what they fighting for, bro? The WBC belt.
Oh, wow.
They set that up where this dude got one fight, is allowed to fight for the WBC belt?
That's correct. You heard it here first, brother.
That's a bet. Yeah, he just throwing him a bag, bro, because we don't even know. Like I said, oh, my God. That's just, you know what this remind me of?
They fight for that bad boy right there, Mark.
That remind me of
the WBC, bro.
Hey,
the biggest time Mauricio Suleiman does it again.
What's his name that played in that WCW movie? It was King of the Ring. What was it called? Royal Rumble. When he won the world title in WCW. WCW went downhill. He was an actor. He won the world title. They gave him the belt in WCW. He played in the movie Royal Rumble.
David Arquette.
Yeah. It was like a David Arquette moment. You telling me if this dude beat Usyk and we ain't never heard of him, which I hope that ain't the case, the WBC belt will be tarnished, bro. Like, how y'all just giving guys belt title shots that ain't even moved up the rankings, bro? That's horrible.
You know what I'm saying, man, boxing is in a sad place, bro. It's in a very, very sad place now, man. But you still got myself, you got Mr. Cleveland, and you got Marcus Naw to give you all of the bullshit that's going on in boxing. We're going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. With that being said, though, man, this was the very first episode, man, the very first podcast of Ohio's finest. Myself, Mr. Carl Cleveland, Ohio Runs Boxing. We will be back. We'll be back in March, probably like maybe the third week of March. Maybe we got to talk about Thurman and Sebastian. We got to talk about Chisora and Wilder. You know, it's still some shit that we got to talk about, man. And, you know, we're going to dive deep into all of that, man. Before we go, Mark Naw, is there anything you want to plug?
No, man. Y'all know where to follow me, man. Ohio Run Boxing, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You know, I'm always dropping the statistics and upcoming fights from our local fighters, man. Y'all know me.
Mr. Cleveland, anything you want to say, bro?
Just support boxing, man, especially from Ohio. Like Chuck said, that's the encyclopedia of Ohio boxing, man. The knowledge and fighters in Ohio, popular, obscure, it doesn't matter, man. So support this brother, get him where he needs to be.
Ohio's finest, man. We here to stay, bro. Listen, we're going to have a lot of big treats for y'all on this podcast, man. You know what? Between the connections, you know, with Mark Naw, you know I got my connections. Looking to have some special guests on the show, man. We're going to have some special treats for you for sure with this Ohio's Finest podcast. So just stick around, man. For all my day ones out there, man, who was with me for Real Bill Holyfield, then you know we had switched it over to Hard Hitter Hotline. This time, bro, I'm telling you, man, it's going down with the Ohio's Finest podcast, man. So with that being said, on behalf of Marcus Naw, on behalf of Mr. Carl Cleveland, I'm Chuck P. C-Ville's finest. To you haters, call me your highness. We'll see y'all in a few weeks.